The other challenge really is that, unfortunately, this government has made intimidation as part of its one of its strategies of silencing the minority. I tell you,
how are they doing that?
I'll tell you for a fact. A couple of my colleagues are being investigated for things that, in my view, are mere allegations that are not supposed to take their time to those investigating agencies.
Who are some of those of your members?
I can't mention, but it is quite worrying. There are times that a colleague would have to speak, and he will boldly tell you, the leader, if I make any submission today, the BNI guys will call me. It's sad. Maybe there are a lot of things that we are not saying, but where this government is taking governance to, we may have some challenges tomorrow. And when I say it, sometimes they get me wrong and they think I'm threatening. I'm not. But I'm drawing the attention to a future that may haunt they themselves. If you make life difficult for your opponent and you get into office, instead of focusing on governance, delivering on your own promises, you promise 1 job, 3 shifts. You promise 24-hour economy. You promise to create opportunity for the youth. You promise to support the farmers. And all of these, so far, you have failed. Electricity tariffs, almost 29%. Water, almost 19%. To divert attention, you think that having a go at the opposition is what will give you credibility. And because it will be sensational, Ghanaians don't want to hear corruption. So the strategy of this government is to, tag NPP with corruption, silence the opposition by coming up with all manner of investigation in the name of accountability. By the way, I have said time without number, and for the umpteenth time, I repeat, that our party is not against accountability. As for post-regime accountability, it's there for everybody. So it is not also the first time a party is going into.
So why do you describe that as intimidation? If indeed the government is actually carrying out its responsibility to ensure that those who held position are held accountable, how does that become intimidation?
Okay, I am dealing with the excesses there too. Okay. You see, you can enforce the law with a human face without unnecessarily intimidating the person. For instance, a member of parliament should go through investigations normally. You shouldn't only call him when he's argued forcefully on the floor and you think that is going against the government.
Has that happened?
Severally.
Does a member of parliament makes an argument on the floor of the house and get picked up?
Carlos, I am telling you on good authority. I don't need to shout to make the point, but I'm telling you calmly and with good authority. I lead my side. My colleagues come to me. Some go to the whips. We are 5. Myself, the deputy leader, the hardworking chief whip, and his 2 deputies. They come to us all the time. Look, a couple of them, before we rose, there was even a statement. A colleague was supposed to just comment. Normally statements are non-controversial matters. And I wrote down the person's name. It got to his turn, say, leader, you have to speak. I said, Ade, leader, because is here, don't say, BNI, Nina Frem, say, I should report tomorrow. It's not once, several. I've had cause to complain to some of the senior members of government that, colleagues, watch some of these things. You see, when I spoke about bail the last time, and it was misconstrued to mean that I am aiming at a particular individual or somebody, I was giving my own colleagues a general picture of how these excesses, if they don't moderate, one day NPP may come into office and there may be some hardliners who may also be pushing that they did it to us, let's also do it to them. I am not the person who supports this you do me, I do you politics. Listen, I am a member of the ECOWAS Parliament. I've traveled across the length and breadth of West Africa. I've seen the level of underdevelopment in the sub-region, and I see the potential of Ghana, but still we haven't done much for our country. I believe that governments that are elected can focus on their mandate of tackling the challenges in our economy.
Okay.
And in tackling, you don't make your opponent a target. Report we are dealing with. This has to do with BOG.
Yes.
Yes.
Talking about BOG, maybe I'm mistaken, but
right.
BOG are referring to Bank of Ghana. Yeah.
So don't divert the argument.
Okay.
Follow them. When they stated the losses, the next stage was to give those who will read it the causes of the losses. Why Bank of Ghana incurred those losses.
Okay.
So they use the next paragraph, therefore, to now explain. So now let's go to the next sentence. The next sentence now says, losses accrued on gold trade are a combination of service and asset fees paid to Gold Board.
Okay. Can I
We have not finished.
No.
Wait.
No.
You don't want us to finish?
We are doing interpretation.
So let me finish reading the entire thing.
Okay, proceed.
When we are done with the
Proceed.
entire job.
Sure.
So let me finish the entire thing.
All right.
Once I am done, then we can ask the question.
Proceed,
but
because
if we
of
are
time.
no, then we
So you
we need
proceed.
more.
No
Yes,
problem.
sure. If we want to do justice, we need to all
Sure.
relax.
Go ahead.
Have a very good interaction.
Sure.
If we rush ourselves, the viewers may fall into a trap
Okay.
of
Let's
misunderstanding
proceed.
us. Good.
Yep.
So now Bank of Ghana is explaining the cause of the $1.7 billion equivalent of 22 billion. So the next sentence starts. Losses accrued on gold trade are a combination of service and asset fees paid to Gold Board, discount on gold sold to off-takers, and most importantly, exchange rate losses from the spread between the Forex Bureau rates paid to purchase gold and the CD reference rate used for BOG accounting. So there is a full stop there. So now we can deal with it. Now, if you have followed the argument of Gold Board, one of the arguments has been that they buy the gold, they sell to BOG, the rates that they use is accounting for the losses that we are talking about.
But that is not the understanding I'm getting from the document.
Wait, can I finish?
Okay, right. Proceed.
Please, cool down. Two, some services are being charged. Now, if you go further, the report also saying that the artisanal gold in Ghana is the highest in the region. Now, who in 2025, who was given the sole mandate to buy artisanal gold? Gold Board. You read it by law. We gave them monopoly over artisanal gold. No other agency sells gold to BOG apart from Gold Board. I appoint the aggregators who buy, they give them money to buy, sell to them, and they also sell to Bank of Ghana. So if Bank of Ghana, IMF is saying that artisanal gold is the highest in Ghana, is the highest in the region, that again is connected to Gold Board because they are the sole buyers of artisanal gold when the law came into being. The third bit that we must not forget, don't forget that government has been arguing that indeed the activities of Gold Board has helped to stabilize our economy, and that we should look at those losses as economic cost. Now, if you read the report, the IMF is countering that argument, and I read it again. These accounting losses partly reflect valuation effect rather than economic cost. So straight away, the argument of government with respect